Tilt him down? Okay.
I got it, Brian.
We're just making one. Okay, we're good on this camera now.
30 seconds out. All right.
Summer this morning. But it's been looking like that the last few days.
Great. Great.
Parents from Wizards of Waverly Place, please say hi to David DeLuise and Maria Canals-Barrera. Hi guys, how are you?
Married last October, and I'm here with my wife, and I'm very happy to be here, and also very happy to be about to see this movie. This is the year.
You.
And look,
you.
Greg Salkin, he is always so handsome. I say, Greg, how are you so handsome? He goes, hello, love. That's what he said. I can't wait to see the movie. I'm sure David did an amazing job. I'm so proud of David and Selena and Greg, and it's going to be great to see Jeff Garlin, who played my brother on Wizards, and very excited to be here and to support everybody.
Well, it really is terrific. You guys were so successful with Wizards of Waverly Place. You won 2 Emmys. Maria, you won an award for Best Supporting Actress from the American Latino Media Arts Award. And it really is a tribute to your cast and to all of you guys who still stay together and still support each other, especially for This Is the Year. It's terrific.
It is terrific. You know, it's an incredible thing and a rare blessing to be part of a show that had such a great writing staff, great directors, great producers, a wonderful cast, and such a supportive channel. And the fact that that the fans still love the show so much and have such affection for the characters and for us even, it's just so touching. And to be like here again together just speaks so much about the blessing that we had about knowing each other and being able to continue to create like David has done with This Is the Year. I'm so proud of him. I'm so excited.
It's a great movie, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. David, you've been working on a project over there in Germany, and how has COVID-19 affected you and your work?
Well, so far, my mom is in a retirement home, and she's doing well. They've kept COVID out of there, and I just, anyone who's been affected by it in a negative way, I send a prayer out to them. And also with my wife here, we've been producing a scripted podcast for kids for Audible. It's called Grandma for President, and we've been able to do it during COVID because of Zoom and because you can record people and do it all, in a safe way, which is what you guys are doing with the premiere of this movie. We all get to participate in watching this movie from a safe place, which is so smart. My cousin Dennis, who's one of the producers, is really on top of how to do this in a safe way for everybody, and I'm so excited to see the movie. Woo!
Well, we can't wait. And David, tell us a little bit about your charity.
Oh, my charity is the Covenant House. They help homeless children and runaways and
running supplies and drives for the hospitals, the homeless, the mentally disabled, and handing out lots and lots of toilet paper. So I think also it's a wonderful thing that we get to not only be part of the COVID-19 free red carpet in this virtual event.
And Maria Canals-Barrera. Give a big hand.
Thank you so much, Big Joe. Thank you, David.
Thank you, guys. You guys are the best. Thanks for taking the time to be with us. This Is the Year premiere coming up soon. I have goosebumps the size of beach balls. Speaking of This Is the Year, if you've been waiting to hear from our next guest, She got her big break on the TV show Dance Moms and is now one of the biggest stars in the world. She's a dancer, singer, author, and entrepreneur. Let's welcome JoJo Siwa. JoJo, how are you, pal?
That's me. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks so much for taking the time. This is so exciting. You're good friends with David. The big premiere happening in just a little while from now. This is the year. You got to be excited for David.
I'm so excited. It's so incredible. It's such a good, feel-good movie. I love movies that are just about being happy and about making others feel good and about making yourself feel good too as well. And I mean, he's a genius, and so it's amazing.
Well, you've got a good thing. You've been doing just absolutely phenomenal. We were talking a little bit about over 1 million of those, and I mean it keeps on going. It's terrific. How do you and you do most of the merchandising?
I do. So I'm partnered. I'm signed with Nickelodeon, and I have a full 360 with Nickelodeon, and so they produce all my merchandise, but I have a huge say in it all. Obviously, I mean it's me. It's my life.
Well, it is, but and we've all of us got hit pretty hard with the COVID-19,
Totally.
And I know you did a pretty good twist with it, and still kept entertaining. Tell everybody how that affected you.
So I was on tour when COVID-19 first hit, and we were on our 5th and final leg of DREAM, the tour. So we go like tour for a little bit, then a break, then tour, then break, then tour, then break. And we had just started back up. It was our final round. It was our 97th show that we did, and we had 48 more to do. But at our first show back, we did one show, and then we had to be postponed until June of 2021. And so we did all the rehearsals, everything for one show. And so when I got home, it was kind of like a 2-week vacation at first. I was like, we're going to be home, quarantine for 2 weeks, and go back out on the road. But then obviously we all know that it just kept getting worse and kept getting worse, and now we're here. And so I kind of was like, I need to perform. Like, I can't just keep sitting around. And my mom was like, well, perform then. And I was like, but I just can't, like, sit on my couch and sing. And my mom was like, all right, well, let's turn the kitchen into a stage. We'll make, like, the counter like a stage. And I was like, no, I can't do that either. And she was like, well, then build a stage. And I was like, for real? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So then I built a stage in my backyard.
Wow, that's great, and people love it so much because you're still keeping going, you're still keeping informed,
yes,
and your fans love that. And speaking of wonderful things, our good friends at HomeSupply.com are donating supplies for COVID relief through our partnership with Plus One, and they're going to be distributing some great goods to those that need it the most during these tough times, and doing some good. You have a good association with them.
Thank you for having me.
And you can go to HomeSupply.com for all your home needs. Thank you so much, HomeSupply.com. That was JoJo Siwa, and my goodness, what a talent she is. In just a few minutes, we'll be going to David and Selena for the start of our big premiere.
Just making one. Okay, we're good on this camera now.
30 seconds out. All right.
Summer this morning. It's been looking like that the last few days.
All right, ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everyone, it's Selena.
And it's David.
Yay, I'm so excited to have you join us for this one-of-a-kind virtual premiere event powered by Bold Entertainment. It has been 8 years, right?
8 years. Yeah, 2012 the show ended.
8 years, yes, but I've known you for longer. Anyway, we are incredibly excited to have you back with us and participating in this magical event as we premiere our new film, This Is the Year, with you guys.
I don't know if you know this, but most movie premieres, they're very, very private with a very select small group of people, but in the spirit of change, we wanted to let our fans in on the premiere experience and watch the movie with us for the first time, and the cast. So we're so excited to have you guys with us.
So true. Okay, maybe we should tell everyone why we're here teaming up again and why this movie matters.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. So I've always been a fan of those iconic feel-good teen coming-of-age movies. So with our movie, This Is the Year, I wanted to capture that spirit, but in a more modern way. And it's always been my goal to use art to uplift and feel good, which I think is more relevant now more than ever. So I hope this film does that and means that to you. And I couldn't be more excited to team up with you again, Selena, after all these years.
So
and
happy.
It's amazing. And I knew if we're ever going to make a little more magic, it would have to be special and meaningful. And I think this film and the timing is just that. You know, we're definitely observing social distancing with the COVID setup we have right now, but just even being in an earshot of you is so sweet and meaningful.
I know. I'm very happy to be back. To say 2020 has been crazy, though, is an understatement. We have seen unprecedented change, struggle, and uncertainty for all of us. The constant theme in this movie that I loved personally, especially with the female characters, is just that: change. At this moment in time, change is happening all around us, and there's no doubt it will continue to happen as we turn our focus towards new beginnings, a new school year, a new season, a new normal. So I really responded to how this movie deals with change. Each one of these characters are barreling towards the end of high school, and the one thing they all have in common is that they're all in the midst of serious change, which I feel is very relatable and relevant to the time that we're in now.
Absolutely. So everyone out there, I want to give you the kind of run of show. We have a very exciting event and evening planned for all of you guys tonight, so I'll give you the breakdown. So in a couple moments, we'll start the movie, and at the end, Selena and I will be back to share some post-premiere thoughts with you guys. Then we will enter into a live Q&A moderated by Charli and Dixie D.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
We really appreciate all of you and for watching this movie with us. We really made this to put a smile on your face and show you guys a good time. But it's my hope that really the themes in the movie will leave you thinking and discussing more with your friends.
I couldn't agree more. And I think as a woman, it was really exciting for me to watch these female characters have empowering roles, but at the same time coming together. And I think that throughout this whole movie, change is happening all around us now, and change is happening in our own personal lives.
Absolutely. And that was a big goal of ours, Selena, too, was like showing, especially with our female writer, Sienna Aquilini, was showing authentic and beautiful female friendship, which I feel like doesn't get portrayed a lot in movies as much as it should. And in addition to that, the theme of change was big, but I also wanted to explore expectation versus reality, because our generation is like inundated with so much external stimulation that it almost makes reality itself like boring. When compared to the movies or social media that we're constantly seeing, it can almost cause you to expect, you know, life to be exactly like that, what you see in social media or on movies, especially when it comes to something like love.
If, you know, you should fall in love for a certain girl, or she needs to be a certain type of way, or I gotta do this to have the guy, it's definitely one of those things where it doesn't always equal reality, and the reality itself is the most beautiful thing we can experience. So hopefully you felt that and it meant something to you.
Amazing, amazing. So I just want to thank everyone for being here. Selena, this has been an absolutely amazing experience, but the night isn't over. There's still more to come, some fun stuff.
That's right. I want to sincerely thank all of you who brought wristbands to this event, which will benefit some great causes.
Just by purchasing a ticket to tonight's event, you've contributed to a great cause, and we can't thank you guys enough. Okay, so the night keeps rolling. We are now going to pivot over to Charli and Dixie D, who are going to start the live Q&A portion of the event. Selena and I will see you in one moment, but Charli and Dixie, take it away, girls.
Hello, everyone. I'm Charli D'Amelio.
And I'm Dixie D'Amelio.
And we are so happy to have been invited to host the after show for the film. We are such big fans of Wizards of Waverly Place and this film, so we are so excited to be here and benefiting a great cause.
In gratitude for being a part of such a magical event, Charli and I wanted to let everyone know that we are going to be making a $10,000 donation of COVID-19 relief supplies to the +1 COVID-19 Relief Fund.
And we want to throw a special thanks to our friends at homesupply.com for the supplies.
All right, so is everyone ready? And let's start the after show. So first we have a Q&A with David and Selena, followed by a Q&A with the whole cast of the performance and then a performance by Lovely the band, and then Selena and David will wrap up the night with some special closing words and a special challenge.
So, David
and
Selena,
let's
start.
Hi guys, it's so good to see you again.
Hello, hello.
So David, it's a big night. How do you feel? We obviously very much loved it.
Hey, it's great to be here. I think to get to do something uplifting and positive during COVID is, you know, a blessing. To get to put a smile on someone's face is great. You know, we just wanted to do something special and feel good right now, and we're happy to have done that. The response to Twitter has been phenomenal. So I'm just feeling very grateful to have shown something to the world right now.
Yeah, and Selena, what did you think of the night?
Well, I've actually spent like the beginning of this, right, David? The beginning of you creating the show or the movie. I've seen the process and I've seen the journey, and I think I felt like it was almost natural for me and David to be a part of this together, and just because I hadn't seen it from the beginning, and I know what he puts behind it, and we just respect each other. I respect him so much when it comes to creative, and having this be his first project and seeing the response is really, it's heartwarming for me as a dear friend to David, but also just to know that this is something that feels good and it's like easy, you know?
Yeah.
Very, very natural, that's for sure.
So for those of you who don't know, it's been over 8 years since the two of you have been on screen together. So why did you guys both decide to reunite, and what was it like to be back filming together?
Well, kind of building on what Selena was just saying, for a long time she'd been hearing about this project, and business is never anything we talk about, Selena. I mean, it's literally your Auntie Selena to my daughter. You know, you're now friends with my wife. Like when we hang out, it's just food, you know, family. Business is never on our mind. Lots of food, lots and lots of food. Yes. But she'd heard about it, like you talked to a friend about a movie. She'd heard about it for a long time, and it just kind of reached a point where I think you really felt the message of the film. You got that it's feel good and heartwarming, and it just kind of made sense to join forces. I think what made the show special was that it was about family, and that's really the magic behind Wizards of Waverly Place, and it made people smile. And we wanted to bring that same kind of heartwarming, magical feeling to this film. So we're doing something familiar, but just in a new wineskin, I guess you'd say, is the old adage.
Yeah, I think it's also just I would say we never talked about business, but we've always talked about working together again. That's something that I think will go beyond just this movie. You know, I think it's just the best to do something that you love and stand behind with your best friend. So, you know, it's been a long time. Yeah, I mean, David was my first friend in California ever. So, yeah, that's all of you guys were. So we truly did grow up together, and it was so special. And I'll never forget that.
So we noticed that you brought over some of the cast from Wizards of Waverly Place with Greg Silkin and Jeff Garland. Can you talk about why you did that?
Absolutely, yeah. So the enemy of all independent films are time. Time is always very limited. And so with your actors, you need people who can perform on time and just knock it out of the park. So I had a great relationship with Greg Silkin, still do. He's one of my best friends. I have a great relationship with Jeff Garland. He's kind of like a mentor figure to me. And so I knew that those two guys could deliver very quickly and on time, and they really did. And that really saved the film, in my opinion, and helped make it all possible. So I'm incredibly grateful to get to do this again with them.
Yeah, and David, another question for you. What was your inspiration for making this movie?
I was always a fan of teen coming-of-age films, and they say make what you know, and I know those movies. There's something very primal and emotional about teen coming-of-age films, so I wanted to make one of those as my first film, and I really wanted to ground the film in the themes of expectation versus reality, because that, I feel like our generation deals with a lot. I know I deal with it a lot, and I feel like the generation below me deals with it a lot. from social media, movies, TV shows, we can expect love to be a certain thing, but in reality, it's not always the case. So I wanted to chew on that a lot in this film, and there's no better way, I feel like, than in the teen setting. So I kind of wanted to pay homage to the films before me, but flip a lot of the tropes that were established in 80s movies on their head. I know, Selena, you really responded to some of the empowering female elements in the film, and that's credit to one of our female writers, Anna Aquilini. She did a great job really flipping a lot of the stereotypes on their head. But yeah, that's
definitely was really important for me. I loved that scene. That's probably my favorite scene in the whole movie, is that moment between those two girls who, you know, you would think would never be friends, or you think a certain way of other people. And I felt like that was such an empowering moment in the film, and it made me cry. That's sometimes I think what girls need to have, and they don't have as often. And so that was very compelling on my end.
Yeah, so my question for you, Selena, was what elements in the film did you find yourself identifying yourself with?
There you go.
So,
no, totally. I mean, I think you are, when you get to this place and you're, you know, new and you're wanting to, you know, be with a girl, or, I mean, that's part of the aesthetic I love as well, growing up with those kind of films, and, you know, John Hughes and all the 80s films. It just has this nostalgic feeling to it. And I resonated with all of the characters. I thought that, you know, it's kind of the situation. Your friends are your friends, and you want to go somewhere. I've been on road trips with my friends, and you just get to see this ride of different emotions. And I really like that sensitivity, while also having this complicated, maybe not healthy relationship. So I was very happy to see that all of those elements were in this.
Yeah, and David, there has been definitely a lot of twists and turns and unexpected things going on to get to the point that we are at right now. So tell us exactly why you did the digital premiere and how it all came to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a theatrical release for this film planned, and then when COVID hit, we obviously didn't feel like it was safe to send people to movie theaters. So we didn't want to sit and kind of wait, you know, potentially a year, even longer, to release the film. So we said, you know what? Let's innovate, let's create, let's do something meaningful, because people want an uplifting experience right now. So I have some great partners that are much smarter than me at a company called Bold Entertainment, really smart guys. And they said, you know what? No one gets to go to a premiere. Let's do a live premiere for everyone, so they could feel like they're sitting next to us and watching the movie and having a good time with us. And so that's what we did. It took a lot of legwork, manpower, and vision from Dennis Gallagher and our whole team at Bold Entertainment. But thankfully, we were able to pull it together, and we're able to, you know, bring a live premiere experience to everyone. We got an exciting show coming up with Lovely the Band too, so the night's, you know, definitely not over. But it was a spirit of innovation. Necessity is the mother of all invention, and we definitely did something new, and it's been a blast.
So Selena, this night goes to benefit the Plus One COVID-19 Relief Fund. Can you tell us more about Plus One and how you got into working with them?
So I actually, I was in the middle of actually releasing some of my music during, you know, well, it actually had been set before quarantine that I was going to release. And then when everything happened, I felt, you know, it was so, to me, it felt very inappropriate to release music. And but I had this single that we were going to release. So right when that happened, I thought, you know, why don't we give the funds, you know, to COVID-19? And I want that to be, you know, part of everything that I'm doing. So it was very natural for me. And yeah, I think that I realized a lot, and yeah, so it just feels good to know that you're doing something, even if it's the smallest thing. And I think that has been wonderful, and I could not thank you guys more for your donation. That's so beautiful, and it's going to make a lot of people happy, and it's going to feed a lot of people, help a lot of people, and I'm very proud to be a part of it.
Thinking back to memories on set, this is the question for everyone. When you really think back to filming, what are some things that come to mind?
Well, Dixie and Charlie, I only thought about you. My memories on set, I got to tell. Now, you're talking about on Wizards or on the movie?
Both.
Well, by the way, here's the thing. It was a positive, joyous atmosphere. By the way, David learned, Selena learned in a very positive, hardworking atmosphere on that show. And the people that they work with, forgetting even me, but like David, who played their father, these are wonderful actors. Oh, I just mentioned myself. What am I doing? But here's the point. The point is they had nothing but joy and positivity. I felt that Selena went to malls a few too many times to perform, and she was too tired for my taste. I don't like when she's tired. I don't think she should ever be overworked. I think she should do her work and be respected. But anyhow, I swear to God, that's my only negative thought on working on Wizards of Waverly, was seeing Selena tired on occasion. And what did you do this weekend? I went to malls here. Too many malls. Anyhow, and no one goes to a mall anymore, but they go to TikTok.
That's where I would go and perform.
No, I know what you were doing. I didn't say that you were at a mall shopping. Yeah, Selena loved to shop at local malls, and she would get there when the mall would open, and then she'd leave when it closed. Actually, that's not true. They would kick her out. Selena, we know you love malls, but you got to go to work one day, and Jeff Garland's going to be concerned. But truly, positivity. I mean, I know I talk loud and I get excited, but and David's set on the movie was nothing but joyous and positive. And if something difficult came up, you just work through it and you do your thing. And when everybody respects everybody and everyone's doing their job, it can't help but be joyous. Can I have a question of the TikTok ladies?
Charli and Dixie, yeah.
All right, so when you do your TikTok dancing video festival, do you have anyone else involved, or do you film yourselves only?
Usually it's just filming yourself.
Wow.
It's very easy. Yeah, very easy.
See, what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. I wish you great luck in your careers. I hope that by the way, you ever want to use me in one of your TikTok-y things? I'm not big on dancing, but I'll do what you want. I'll get your thing you can get a hold of me if you need to through professional ways or David.
That's great to know. Thank you.
By the way, building on what Jeff's saying, with an independent film, right? You need to be able to depend on people who are professional, experienced, on time, show up, get the job done and quickly, because you don't have 100 takes to get it right. So my hat tilts to Vanessa, Alyssa, Greg, Jake, Lorenzo, because I grew up a child actor. I mean, Vanessa and I started on Without a Trace when we were like 9 years old. I was on the first ever episode of Without a Trace. I was 9 years old. Vanessa was probably a year younger than me or something like that. And we came up in this business working hard, learning, being respectful, loving what we're doing, loving being entertainers, having a good family around us to support us. So when I came to cast this film, I knew what to look for in an actor. And I was absolutely blown away by Alyssa, Vanessa, Jake, Greg, Bug Hall. These are people who've been working for a long time and got the job done in a way that on an independent film, you just couldn't do. The shots we had planned, the schedule we had planned was too ambitious, way too ambitious for what we were trying to do. So all the actors had 3 takes. You had to be able to get it in 3-4 takes. And so my memories are just how grateful I am to have these incredible professional actors who came in and did a phenomenal job. Those are my memories. And to the phenomenal crew who got it done. Like when you go to when you do an independent movie, it's like you're going to a little battle, nowhere near speaking figuratively, but it's like you are there fighting for every second of the day, and everyone who's there with you is trying to do it as well. So to everyone who was on the set, from our first AD, Doug, who did an amazing job, to my DP, Nathaniel, to my incredible writers, Bug Hall, Sienna Aquilini,
by the way, you did have a great crew, which makes everything interesting. But I want to say something about you, because you said something that's really key. You used the word grateful. And I find that in what we do, directing, acting, dancing, I don't care. It's about confidence in your skill. Be really confident and be grateful that you have the skill and the opportunity. Ego doesn't, I've always told you this, David, anyhow, but ego's got nothing to do with it. Ego doesn't help. So if you're supremely grateful, combined with you really take your skill and know what you're doing and are confident in what you do, you can't miss. And that's you. If I was to describe you, I would say great and grateful. Boom. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, name more crew members.
No, Vanessa, what do you?
I was just going to say, I think it was a really wonderful thing that you took a chance on newcomer Jeff Garlin for this project. That was a risk, and I think it paid off.
Very kind of you, Vanessa. And I was a scared young lady when I got to the set to work with David. I was frightened. I was not confident, but I left there with a bounce in my step, and it made the rest of my career. When I went back to Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David said to me, there's something different about you. What's different? There's something. And I go, David Henrie. He goes, I get it. I get it, David Henrie.
I don't know what that means.
Pretty
You
good.
you went back to your Emmys and you were like, man, this has changed me. Who else?
Just to jump in there. I will say, I think my highlight, going off what David just said, he was like, we only got 3 takes. I think my highlight was the fact that when David's in the movie himself, when David was doing his scenes, David didn't give himself 3 takes. David had about 12. So I think no. So I think that was very.
Now we're gonna roast David. Also, will say my favorite part of shooting, beside watching David direct Lorenzo, which was an overall highlight, was every once in a while the character that David played, Sebastian, developed a Brooklyn accent out of nowhere.
I don't know if I was nervous, but I just slipped into this like Italian Brooklyn, New York thing where like that was really weird.
We're like, Molly, I don't know. I think I'd like rap. But it was like, what's going on? It's 3 a.m. in Alabama and David's from Brooklyn.
Jake, what do you got for us?
I don't even remember the original question, to be honest with you.
No idea.
Fun memory from set.
Oh, fun memory from set. Probably that motel that you guys made up, which just looked decrepit and had lots of characters running throughout the night, and they made it look amazing. And we had a whole bunch of stuff to do. We had the pool heated for Lorenzo because he can't get into cold pools. But that was probably one of my favorite times there, shooting from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the middle of nowhere, Mobile, Alabama.
Alyssa, how about you?
I always think about Lorenzo freestyling in the middle of the night. Lorenzo freestyle rapping about what was it in his soup? There was
stucco in his soup.
What was the origin of that?
That was 2 years ago. How do you remember that?
It was Who knows what the origin was when we were shooting it? We all were like, you realize you don't put stucco, that's not food.
Jeff knows what I'm talking about.
By the way, real quick, I have to shout out my grandfather, Salvatore Finocchiaro, who is an immigrant from Sicily, watching this right now in his home, his senior home. He hasn't been able to see his grandchildren because he's on lockdown for a long time. He's a veteran. He's watching this with the whole family right now in his senior home in Arizona. Nono, I love you. He put up a sign that said, I'm so proud of you, Davide. I'm so proud of you, Davide. No, grazie mille. Ti voglio bene, bello. Ti voglio bene. Ciao.
Oh, he
Sorry.
just wanted to talk in Italian.
Yeah, for sure.
No. He's a good boy.
Are you Italian?
Sorry, we can continue now. All right, everyone. We have Lovely the Band ready to play a whole concert for us. We love you all. Thank you all for being here. Charli and Dixie are going to send us off. Selena and I will be back at the end of the night, but we'll kick it over to Charli and Dixie right now.
All right, so everyone, this was so much fun, and let's keep the conversation going by using the hashtag #ThisIsYear on all social medias. Okay, and now let's kick it over to Lovely the Band for their live performance. And after their performance, David and Selena will be back to give some closing words. But for now, Lovely the Band, take it away.
Good evening. How's it going, everyone? We are back. It has been an incredible evening. Selena and I are so grateful to have had everyone on this journey with us. Wow, what a crazy night. We had a live premiere, which has never happened before. This is the first of its kind. We experienced fun Q&A with some throwback memories with me. I'm very grateful that Selena was here. Selena, thank you so much for being here. We benefited a great cause. Selena, thank you so much for bringing... Hold on, sorry, we have some feedback here. Before I see you next, I want that ice cream.
I will give you my ice cream. Everyone's eating it, literally.
I'm very, very excited about
No,
that.
we gotta do my papa wants to do barbecue.
I'm in. I would love that. And so just to end the night, I have to thank all the people that made it happen. Of course, our partners, the producers of the film, Bold Entertainment, Dennis Gallagher in particular. This was a innovative idea, a pioneer in this space. So thank you so much for having the vision to be able to make all this happen and bring it all together and build this platform. All the people at Pedestal, Jay, Patrick, everyone, all the investors in the film on the Novo side, John Kingston, Dr. Scott. There's so many people. Harold Ziegler. There's so many people. I have to thank everyone for supporting us, believing in this movie. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Pizza Hut, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, HomeSupply.com, and family with us. Thank you, Selena. Thank you, everyone. We love you. And you have 48 hours to keep watching the movie. And after that, it's gone. And you'll get it again at a to-be-determined amount of time in the future. So, Selena, everyone, thank you. We love you. We'll see you soon.
Love you all.
All right, let's exit. Bye.
Bye.